What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. You are tuned into another episode on Champion Aesthetics. And if you are a loyal subscriber, you already know who this is that we got on the show today.
He's back.
And today we're going to get into a very, very entertaining topic for us because we love what we're about to discuss about. But before we get into today's topic, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Also, click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any videos. Let's go. So yes, we are back. Like I said, we are talking about a very interesting topic. Somebody that we both enjoy, and there are a lot of discrepancies on his image in the media and just in different things that he's doing right now. So if you haven't known already, yes, we're talking about Mr. Ye, Mr. West, Kanye West, whatever he's allowing us to call him these days. That is who we are talking about, and all just the different things that he's doing in the world, the different views that people are having on him, and just our opinions and how we feel. So again, if this is something that you're interested in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's get into today's topic. So, lately, I've been watching his documentaries on the documentary that's dropped on Netflix. It's called Genius.
Genius, yeah.
The genius himself. That just makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I know Will's probably never lost his touch with Kanye West. Between Hov and West, this man's never lost his connection to those people.
Going nowhere.
Now, for a while, I think for me, it was mostly when I was away from school, when I was out of the city, and I kind of lost my connection with Kanye West just based on what I was hearing while I was away at school.
Right.
And so many people telling me, yeah, he losing it, you know what I'm saying? He this. And then it's just from that point, I just never did my own research. I never went back to check on to see what he was really doing, what he was really saying, until he had an interview with Big Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And man, when I say I listened to that, and it all makes sense. I'm like this is why people mad, because they don't understand. They don't get what he's saying. They don't understand like the message and stuff that he's trying to put out into the world, and that's what scares people. That's what makes him look crazy to people. Like, I don't think that man crazy. You think he crazy?
Nah, I know he's not crazy, man. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, just like when you have a certain level of confidence in yourself, when you have a certain level of vision, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't see how the world will look tomorrow. You remember how like certain people, depending on how old you were, they were saying that you didn't need a cell phone.
Yeah.
And now look at it. You need it.
There's no more house phones.
It's no more house phones. Remember, like, internet was like a privilege. Now it's a necessity. You know what I'm saying? So all these things are like he's just one of those people that can see tomorrow today. You know, and it's a certain few people who could do that. Like, I feel like Steve Jobs was one of those people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He focused more on tomorrow today, and look at us. We're still using everything that he's done. Even if you don't have an Apple product, like in some form of fashion, you know, having music on your phone as an app came from that idea. You know what I'm saying? Having the internet, the phone, the camera, like everything, all of that stuff came from. Like processing very fast information. You know what I'm saying? All of that.
And then, like with Kanye West, and something that I appreciate, I'm gonna call him Ye. That's my favorite name to call him Ye. And so the thing that I appreciated with him about watching this documentary is that this man has been the same dude
consistently
since he came out down his womb. Like, he's been like, there's a part in the documentary that just was like, ain't no change in this man. When he was mad because the announcer or the dude didn't say that his name was Kanye West.
Yeah, on the little thing,
on a piece of paper it just said Kanye. And he was pissed.
He was like, man, if I was in Atlanta.
He called dude, like, went off, and it's just like stuff. That's the same stuff that he's still doing right now. That's the same stuff that he's still doing to this day. So it's like, you can't get mad at nobody who has been passionate since the day they started. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, has seen tomorrow since the day that they started. And a lot of people just don't see that because they don't understand, because they don't want to listen. And he talked a lot about being disciplined. He talks about how hard it is. He talks about all the, you see it in the documentary, how many times he got rejected, how many, you know what I'm saying, how long it took. And people don't really want to sit down and think about that. They don't really want to sit down and like be like, okay, this is a process.
Right.
This is not going to happen in a year. This is not going to happen in 2 years. This ain't going to happen in 3 years. It took him
Forever. I mean, look at if and I think, man, and it's crazy because I thought episode 1 was like just mind blowing, but episode 2 was like insane because even when he got signed to Rockefeller, if you look, they didn't want to give him a budget.
Nope.
They didn't want to push his project.
Nope.
He was like sneaking into MTV. Mm-hmm. He like snuck into that studio with Pharrell.
Yep.
Like it was so many small points that were there that was like, man, it's so many little small details that really go into this project because it was so easy after that accident for him to be like, you know what, forget it. I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
I'm done.
But like for him to push through that while being in pain, while still doing therapy, while still paying for everything out of pocket. Like he said he spent $33,000 on that video, on one video. And he said it in the rap, and that was so cool how he said it in the rap. Like, I could have bought a Porsche Cayenne, but I had a better plan. Like, what? Like, think about us. Like, if not us, but like, think about us as a whole. Like, if we came across, if we had $33,000 and we had our project, or we had something that we seen as a luxury.
We're going to go buy clothes. We're going to go buy a new car. We're going to go, you know what I'm saying? Buy the newest phone, all that. We finna
go splurge.
Yeah. We're going to go on trips. We
finna go on a trip. We're not thinking about, you know what, let me not do that. Let me invest in myself. Let me invest in myself. Like, seriously.
Let me invest in myself.
It takes a different type of vision for that.
And it's even to the point, like, he showed, and this is something that people really, really need to pay attention to, is like, okay, once you get that goal or what you think that goal really is, you still gotta work as if that shit never has happened because, like you said, okay, he signed to Rockefeller.
Yep.
Got the deal that he wanted.
Yep.
And they still was playing this man, pushing him under the table, telling this man he gonna make beats, doing this, he like, nah, like, I have a bigger plan, and if y'all don't see it, that's okay.
That's okay.
Y'all gonna see it one day, but I still see it, so I'm still gonna take the people that see it with me, and we gonna run and we gonna make it happen, whether y'all see it or not. And it takes that, like, it takes that amount of confidence in yourself that people may confuse as arrogance, that people be like, oh, you need to humble yourself, but if you don't have that about yourself,
if you're not a mental champion,
there's no way anybody else is going to pay attention. Because if you're not a mental champion, it's something about music. If you are a mental midget, you're going to get into that. Yeah, mental midget. If you get into that situation, you're going to feel like, okay, dang, I finally accomplished my goal, and this is what it feels like. So instead of using that lack of success that you thought you was going to feel once you obtain that goal, now you sit here questioning yourself. Now you more depressed. Now you experiencing more self-doubt. Now you're increasing your insecurities because you accomplished that goal, and now you don't know what to do with it.
So let's talk about that real quick. So I was reading this book, and if you are a loyal subscriber, you know that every time I'm on here, I mention a book. So this book is called Atomic Habits, right? So in Atomic Habits, he says not to just focus on a goal, which would be getting signed to Rockefeller or getting that album out, but focus on the systems. Create systems and put systems in place so when you reach that goal, those systems maintain, right? So his systems was always recording.
Yep.
Always playing his music for anybody and everybody, whether you listened or not. Never being afraid to take chances or ask for something. Remember, he was in the studio with Jay, and Jay was like, closed mouth, don't get fed. You would have never got on this song if you ain't say nothing. All of that, like pushing for those opportunities, always believing in yourself, never folding or giving up on your dreams no matter what. Like literally. So you got to focus on those systems. So his systems is what carried him throughout that goal. Yep. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was in a near fatal car accident. So I know for a fact how hard it is to mentally get out of your head and be like, okay, let me get back to work. So for that man to get back to work like he did and be like, okay, I can't leave LA. I'm gonna create LA here. I'm gonna create my vibe here. And he literally said that. He was like, nah, we're not gonna go back. We're not gonna go back. We're gonna keep it here because the energy's here now. Yep. Like
called up the cameraman, called up all the
He's talking about energy in 2002, 2003. Like who was talking about we weren't talking about like energy and vibes and all.
It was weird. So he tapped in. It was like, and some people even still to this day, to a certain extent, think it's weird or you know what I'm saying, it's inhumane to be tapped into energies and the universe. But that's how we how did we get here? Like, we not just breathing in human air. Like, this is coming from the universe. This is oxygen. Ain't no human behind no magic screen putting all the.
I mean, look at a plant. Look at how a plant grows. Like, come on.
From nothing. I have a plant in my room. I rearranged my room, and it came out of the planter. So there was nothing there, and I'm just like, literally, it's just like the roots of the plant and the little like container thing that it came in. And I'm just like, I called my aunt. She was like, no, you don't have to throw it away. She's like, put it back in there, water it, let it reconnect, let it grow itself. I'm just like,
let it grow itself.
I'm like, you lying. That plant is in there right now.
All it needs
regrowing itself. All I gotta do is water it. And that plant was looking at me like, you better not throw me away. Like, yeah, call your auntie, put me back in this plant and watch me regrow. And that's really like all it takes. Like, it's gonna be so many times. Even when you think you as close to your goals as you think, somebody's gonna knock you off your planter. And it's gonna really be up to you to get back into the pot like he did. Reconnect, you know what I'm saying? Bring the people around him that's gonna help him water, and then just watch everybody grow as a part of you just getting up and being back tapped into yourself. Like, that's not weird. It's not odd. It doesn't make you strange to really want to be tapped in and say, like, I know I'm not in control. I know that this universe, I know that there's a higher source, whatever your higher source may be, that is literally waking me up, moving my legs, getting these words to come out of my mouth, like putting, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not in control of any of that. All I have to do is just wake up and play my part.
That's it.
And once you are able to do that, it just makes everything else so much easier. So that's why I think he was able to remain who he was, because he never shied away from what he could and couldn't control. He realized, like, okay, all I can do every day is wake up. Absolutely. And the inspiration, motivation, all that stuff is going to come from everything else. And as long as I listen to it, as long as I abide by it, I'm going to be whoever it is that I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, and even to the point that you're making, you could tell that if he needed to get connected to his source or his soil in a way, you'll notice he'll go, like, talk to his mom.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could really see how significant of a role his mom played in everything. You know what I'm saying? Even to the point, I loved in the first part how she was like, remember that one rhyme? And she started spitting the rhyme. I'm like, yo.
She went crazy.
You know how, like, rare it is to have somebody like a parent who, like, really is, like, into what you're doing. To the point where she remembers your stuff that you forgot about.
You
know what I'm saying?
You never even dropped. Like, Donda was really gang. Like, Donda was gang. She was in the studio with this man.
Really?
At the parties with this man. Like, with all his friends. Like, it was nothing. Like, it was like, I partied with my mom. We just partied last night. But there's, like, my mama not in the gym with me while I'm training people. You know what I mean? My mama not at certain events and stuff that I'm going to. She got her own thing going on. So it's just like, Donda was like, she was gang.
She was like, nah, I'm going
100%. I'm going, like, I'm there with you.
And
like,
she was always, everything, if you listen to everything she was saying, she was literally speaking life into me every time. You know, that's very good, Kanye. I'm so proud of you, Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Kanye. Like, literally. Like, I'm like, man, you know, she was literally that angel that she was happy to see on his chest. And I feel like she was saying that, like, and this is maybe me just drinking too deeply into the show. Like, I felt like she was acknowledging that because she knew that she couldn't be with him every step. So she was like, okay, at least you got an angel of some sort around you at all times.
To the point where she was happy that he got the chain
before the house.
And he was like, wait, he basically like, wait, mind you, pressure, like, yeah.
She's like, there's gonna be houses out there.
That's like, there's gonna be houses out there. Like, that's exactly what houses. Like, son, get your chain. Get your chain. I done seen you work. I done seen how long you been wanting this, son. Get your chain. We got a house. It's gonna be a house. Go get your chain. So to have that, you know what I'm saying, that supportive source, and from it being a parent. It's like,
that's a different energy.
You can't, and that's probably one of the main reasons why he was like that. You can't tell me nothing. My mama. You can't tell me
literally
nothing.
The lady who's been here every step of the way is still here. Like, you guys don't even know me.
You don't even know me. You don't know nothing about me. You don't know what I got going on. My mama do.
I love it.
My mama do, and as long as my mama tell me to keep on going, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna run with it. So I think that it's awesome. And I don't know how they finna fit everything else into one more episode.
I was just talking about this. I'm like, listen, it's a lot that takes place after this. And,
it's a lot that
I'm not
takes
sure
place.
when him and Cootie kind of like fell off.
It's showing that towards the end of that second episode.
Yeah, it's showing that. So I'm like, I don't know how far we finna go, but I just hope that anybody who has something like, hey,
here,
let's get out there. Let's
use this
because
out there. We need it.
Yeah, like it's a lot that takes place now that really
that we
changes.
need that we need to know.
We need to know.
We need to know. And now this is the sensitive part for me, because this is the part where I have to disagree with some of the stuff that he's doing.
Okay, let's do that.
And the situation with his family and Kim Kardashian. Currently. Okay. Current,
cool.
like if I was to go on Instagram right now, I'm pretty sure he's done or said something. Something. And part of it is passion for his family. Yeah. Now that part I get. I ain't gonna fight. I don't care about none of that. You can do it, say whatever you want, because you have passion, and that takes a different type of love. Again, that most people may not understand, but he has a deeper connection with himself, with the earth, with the higher source. So his passion is going to seem a little bit crazier to everybody else.
Absolutely.
Now that part, I'm cool with that. Fight for your family and everything like that. But there are just some things that I think he's doing that are just a little bit crazy to me.
What we got?
For example, there's no way, no matter how much I love somebody and want them back in my life, I am not about to pose as a tree or be branches in their yard just to be able to spy on them. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I am not doing it. And I'm also not going on Instagram. And I know this is something that he's been doing since he's been back and forth with having an account. But I'm also not typing in all caps. Like, I'm not writing my captions in all caps because I don't want the words. I always think that I'm yelling. And people already perceive me as this crazy, loud, obnoxious human being. So I'm also peeing my phone and because that's a setting. You have to go.
You gotta definitely double tap that arrow twice.
And he's not typing just one line captions. Like, he's writing chapters every time. So that's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, that could be misconstrued anger or aggression that people are looking at. It's like, that's why this man crazy. So those are probably just the only two minor things. I'm not gonna dress up in a costume.
No, okay.
And I'm not gonna type in all
I give you that. Yeah, I give you that.
I'm probably not even gonna type, like, because text and all that stuff can get so easily just
I am a living witness that I am the worst. Please just talk to me. Talk to me.
And don't even call me because I don't really like my phone ringing.
Yeah.
Find out where I am. Pull up.
See me.
Pull up. Let's talk.
Because that's the only way you're gonna really get what I'm saying. Because you're gonna read that and you're gonna be feeling a way, and you're gonna think I'm feeling that way, and then it's just gonna create a weird energy. So I do challenge thought number 2. Thought number 1, I definitely agree with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fight for what I believe in. I'm gonna fight for my love. But dressing up as a tree, I mean, I guess when you got $1 billion, you can go buy your tree
for
and just
fun. But
that's just a little extreme. But I also have to acknowledge the fact that he does constantly go on record and say that he does battle with his own mental battles. I do also acknowledge the fact that sometimes anger or confusion or frustration can become of us, and we start trying irrational things. Because I know sometimes if you've ever been in a situation with somebody, or even if you've been in a situation and something happens and you're trying to explain yourself, but then like when you explain it, like that shit don't come out right, then it makes it worse. So then you try something else, but that makes it worse too. And it's like, okay, wait, I'm not saying, I'm trying to. It's like you just keep making it worse. So I mean, you know. I do. And then to me, Hollywood's always been a weird place. So there's that. So I'm just gonna throw that out there real quick.
Which you wouldn't know unless you start watching these celebrity documentaries about stuff that really happens, like behind the scenes, like in these parties. So really, when you have goals and you are trying to think about places that you want to see those goals grow, make sure you do your research on people that have been there and are trying to do the exact same thing that you are doing, because it'll help you see so many blind spots that you just going in there trying to do it yourself, you won't be able to see, because it is so crazy just some of the stuff that actually happens, like he said, like in LA. You know what I'm saying? Where people think, okay, if I want to be a star of any sort, it don't matter what I'm doing, I need to go to LA. But you don't know what happens to those people once they get there, or the struggles or the encounters that they have to get through just to make it and be in LA. So that's just my advice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, because just to quick add on to that, like a lot of people who are famous or celebrities, you know, I have a privilege to know a couple. It's not what it seems, you know. It seems really good, but then if you really talk to them, a lot of them share the same feeling of I miss my old life. You know, I don't miss the fact that I could do whatever. I could take care of my family. It's not about that part. It's the other side that comes with that lens always being on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody watching everything that you do. Like you can't have a misstep. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody who just like all they want to do is be able to get up and go to the store, and that's it. Like I want to just be able to freely go to the store.
Can't do it.
I gotta call my security. I gotta make sure that I'm. You know what I'm saying?
Send somebody.
I gotta be look. Yeah, I gotta send somebody in there for me because I can't just go in there. You know, you lose that touch.
Lose that touch.
Yeah.
And I know that's something big because like my sisters and just my family in general, it just seems like no matter where we go, once we enter a room, our energy brings all eyes on us. No matter where we at, no matter what we doing, where we go. And even yesterday, my sisters and them cannot stand that. Like they just hate people watching their every move. Like it really gets under their skin, and that just shows like having all eyes on you makes you a different person. Yeah. It puts you in a different mind frame because you don't feel comfortable enough to just be free because you know that as soon as I do something, this person's finna write about it. This person's finna record it. Yep. This person's about to go tell somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So
especially now,
it's just like people walk around with their damn two phones. Like there's nothing that's not being recorded. And I have a biased opinion on this because I am a content creator, and this is the stuff that I enjoy. But I think there's still, like you said, there are certain things that you just kind of gotta let go. And there's certain things that you just kind of got to be in the element to experience. Yeah. Like, you can't be afraid of that. Like when I first started, and I really recently started, like, being a content creator. And
you're, like, really good at it.
Appreciate self-talk.
I do stuff, and I'll be like, man, I should have shot that.
And that's my mentality literally all day. Until I got to a point I was making my vlogs, doing daily vlogs, and it was getting so long. Like, they would range from starting off to being 20 seconds to 25 seconds to 45 seconds to 60 seconds. And I'm like, I don't even want to watch a 60-second recap of my day. Like, I don't even want to do that. I don't want to see every single, and I also don't want people to see every single, like, move I've made, like walking out the door, coming in the door, picking up something, putting it back. Like, nah, that's not necessary. So you really start to focus on the major parts, or you know what I'm saying, the transitional parts. Like, okay, I transitioned to doing this, I transitioned to doing that, now I'm doing this. You know, that's how you got to break it down. But I was saying that because in the, like, just the mind of people today, the generation today, and just how the world is today, you want to film every single thing. So that also plays a conscious on what you want to do, because when I'm in certain situations, I got my cameras out, I got my two phones, I got all, I'm talking about, I'm one of those people walking around with a bunch of devices recording everything. Yeah. And I had to get to a point where I'm just like, okay, let me make sure that I'm doing this in a way that is still allowing other people to be comfortable, still allowing other people to be themselves. Because like I said, once you got that camera on you, you got that lens on you as a celebrity, as anybody else, is gonna put you in a different space, and it just all is about your mental. How are you going to embrace this? How are you going to adjust to always being watched? Like, to me, it doesn't bother me as much as it does to them, just because, first of all, I don't have any common sense. I don't have really any connection. I'm not worldly as they describe me. I'm not really worldly, and I'm okay with that, because it doesn't. When other people do stuff, it doesn't make me as mad as it will make them. Right. So I'm just like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not mad, but they be want to fight. Yeah. Or they be like, we was all in the bathroom yesterday, and the lady was knocking on the door trying to get to the bathroom. They like, hold on, da-da-da-da-da. And the first thing my sister say, because, we fight. She's like, because we fight. I'm like, first of all, we're in the bathroom. Like, there's one toilet here. Of course, people are gonna want to come in here to use the bathroom, but it's just like having one person like that change the energy of who I am. That is a big potential for these celebrities. So, like you said, once you get under a different lens, it can make you become a different person. And when you are openly admitting your mental issues, so now people are looking at you, and the first thing they're doing is like, okay, he crazy, she's crazy.
Exactly.
And then once you come out and say, yes, I'm struggling with my, you know what I'm saying, my mentality and things are going on. Oh, yeah, he's super crazy. Oh yeah, he needs help. Oh, he needs this. Oh, he needs that. So now he's battling back and forth with, you know what I'm saying, the views of people, and he's really just trying to explain, like, nah, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? So the more he's sitting here trying to explain himself, the more he's tapping into, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yes, that he really is, like, he really does not have it all, but really he has more than you think. He literally, honestly, he has everything. If you are able to tap into yourself like that and openly admit, like, I have some issues, and then be okay with it, and then proceed however the universe, the higher source is telling you how to move, you got everything. You got literally everything. You got everything you need.
You don't even realize, like, that's the true wealth.
Yep.
You know, and let me weave that into my second point. So, boom, you know that you're crazy. Or, you know, that word is so funny.
Yeah, it is.
I hope that I'm not offending anybody when I say that. I don't mean
we don't mean it in a bad way. It's just a description.
I'm crazy. There you go.
And that's why
I'm crazy.
And that's why that's why that word is really personal, because I probably say it to myself all day, like, dang, I'm crazy.
Yeah, I say it to myself all the time, you know. But like, so when you've accepted that, and then you admit that, and then, like, you know, everybody knows that, then you always got the lens on you, right? So boom, that's all of that, right? And then you always got to remember, once you admit that, those are going to be those people who are going to constantly poke at that, right? So just imagine that one person, right? But times 500 million because of who you are, because of your status,
literally 500 million.
Then think about how many blog sites and how many of these, like, celebrity news sites and all of that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. You know, you know the names. I don't want to mention
more than you think. Not just the ones that we see that just got the most popularity. It's probably like
the little small ones.
Millions in every city.
The people who just, like, you know what? I'm just gonna start sharing this, right? So then, boom, you got that, and you got all these people sharing your truth from their perspectives, right? Mm-hmm. Which is gonna piss you off because it's like, wait. You just saying that because you want somebody to like this. Mm-hmm. That's not true. Mm-hmm. So what am I going to do? I'm going to get on the internet and I'm going to type in all captions and all capital letters on my page because you are not going to tell my story for me.
Okay.
If you think about it. Hold on. I got one more good one. So before Genius came out, he literally posted that Cootie and the other guy, I can never think of the second director's name. I think it starts with a C. I'm sorry. You guys need to get with me and let me see this before it comes out. Mm-hmm. Because I won't endorse this unless it comes out, because you're not going to tell my story without my point of view. Yep. Because literally, if you think about his whole journey, everybody's always told us who he is. Mm-hmm. That's true. But he literally is like, no, bro, I'm who I'm saying I am. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And honestly, truly, he does some things that we don't understand at the time. But however, like, we all process things differently, right? So that don't make it crazy. That does the tree thing. I get it. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I wouldn't do that one. But as far as, like, the whole, like, typing out these long captions on Instagram, you gotta think of how many people try to perceive him a certain way, but they try to make us think he's this certain thing. Honestly, truly, I applaud him for trying to fight to tell his truth. Yeah. To honestly, because it's easy to be the crazy person, you know, especially the crazy, you know, like, that's easy for us to get. Easy for us to know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like, my man's is really fighting to just be with his family. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, he's literally reversing the stereotype. Yeah. So, like, in a way, I like seeing it because I'm like, yeah, the one of the most popular people in the world is clearly fighting for this thing. So think about how many other people probably fight these same silent battles. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? He ain't out here like, man, I'm Kanye West, man. I ain't got time to see my kids. Mm-hmm. He literally like, send me the address to my daughter's birthday party right now. Or I'm gonna call the police. You feel me? Or I'm gonna call the police. So like, it's a catch-22 with it. It's a catch-22. It is a catch-22. And that brings me back to the doc, because I know that something truly significant happened when he lost his mom. I know that he lost like a significant part of him because in those 2 episodes you could literally see how significant his mom was throughout his entire life, right? So then along comes Kim, and I know that allegedly at some point he was like super deep in debt because of like the music thing, the lawsuits, everything like that, the sampling, all of that stuff. And Kim allegedly helped him get out of debt. So I'm just thinking like Kim was like a replacement to that void that his mom left him in some form of fashion. So maybe that's why he goes on there and he's typing in all capital letters, because he's like really trying to get his story out there, and he's really fighting for, you know, the love of his life in a way. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. I mean, I guess when you put it in that perspective, it's understood. But I'm still not going on Instagram. Like I'm still, like no matter how many times I can understand it to 100%. But that's just like, I'm gonna type out, like I said, what's important, or what I feel like you really need to focus on, or what I want you to take away from this message. Those are gonna be in all caps. But I'm not everything in all caps is absolutely not. But just the way that the documentary has been going and what we've been learning, like I said, I want to thank whoever idea it was to put this on Netflix.
Absolutely.
You are truly appreciated, because I think the world needed to see him be the same Ye that he is now 20-30 years ago, and just shows like he's never changed. Like this is who he is, this is who he's always going to be. And you really got to appreciate people for being the same, because being under a lens and being a celebrity can change you in so many ways. And for him just to never fold and be like, this is who I am, like I am who I say I am, like you said, I am who I say I am. That's his message. So that's just, I feel like so many people needed to see that, to understand him. And just like I said, I don't know how much they're gonna be able to put in this 3rd episode, but I am super excited to see how this finishes, and with everything that we know now is going on, how that's going to play a part in all this. And I'm just curious to see exactly what has been covered, and that comes out Tuesday, Wednesday-ish. So once you watch it and you got your views, want to go ahead and leave some you know what I'm saying, how you feel in the comments. Let's talk about it. We can make a part 2 to the video, get into the comments and everything like that once we finish watching the 3rd episode. And as always, if you haven't already, make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you're following us on all of our social media platforms. I'm going to leave them all here on the video. And if you are a fan of Will, which I know most of you are, I can tell by the comments, go ahead and spam the comments about different topics and videos that you want to see him on as well. As always, we always thank you all for the love and support. We'll see y'all on the next one.